fundamentals of spatial filtering. Okay. Today we'll start fundamentals of spatial filtering. Okay. Yes, anybody, did somebody reply to that? Have you come across any tool in mobile which will let you do image processing and see it on mobile screen itself? Some sort of programming like MATLAB, something like Mathematica or Octave. Have you come across any such tool? Mathematica, MATLAB mobile. I think it will run from the server. I think. So it's not possible. It's not a standalone thing. I think you should have a MATLAB. Did somebody else? Yeah, I also. The first thing I said, I got this MATLAB mobile. I have it on my mobile. I thought it was not so simple. Okay, anybody else? Continue. Okay, evaluate. MATLAB mobile connects to a MATLAB session running on MathWorks cloud. Okay, okay. So did you try that? Somebody else, did you try that MATLAB mobile? What does it allow us to do? Now I am trying. Hmm? Explore that. Okay, explore that option. Check what it is. Okay. Email, no account. Okay. Okay. We'll try that. Okay. We'll try that today. Huh? Okay. If it is not there, then there is an opportunity. You can always come up with your own app to run this algorithms, and maybe if it is not there, it's an opportunity. If it is there, use it. That's also an opportunity. Okay. So now fundamentals of spatial filtering. What is filtering, by the way? What is filtering? What tool? Say, for example, if at all you want to do, let me come back. If at all you want to do summation, which is the tool used? Which operator do we use to do the summation? Which operator do we use? And to find the product, which operator do we use? Which operator do we use? Are you getting? Am I just telling? The process is filtering. The operator, yes, we want to know which operation is done. To do summation, we use the plus operator, right? To do the summation. Summation is the thing what we want to do. Operator is plus. Okay. To do find the product. Find the product. One mango, 21 rupees. 28 mangoes. How much do they cost? So 21 multiplied by 28. Okay, okay. So this one written wrongly, right? Let me write it. Okay, okay. Plus is the operator used to find the sum. Multiply is the operator which is used to determine the product. Okay. Similarly, to perform filtering, we have this operator called as convolution operator. Remember, so when we say filtering here, filtering is the task. Actually, it is done by two things actually. You can do it by convolution or you can do it by correlation. Okay. So here the values of the filter coefficients, whatever we use, they are called as masks. Okay. They are called as masks. Okay. So anything interesting here? Let us see. Let us go to the next page. Let us go to next page. Here. Okay. So now there we have the mechanics of spatial filtering. So what is spatial filtering, by the way? Now suppose I happen to have, let us consider the two-dimensional thing. Okay, let us say I happen to have some sequence x of n. This particular x of n will have, it's a stream. Okay, PM Modi talking about Man Ki Baat. Okay, it's the input stream, live streaming. So that particular his Man Ki Baat is contain lots and lot of sample. That fellow speaks for around half an hour at least. Okay, that's a very long sequence. So per second, there will be around 8,000 samples if at all it is heard on that audio. I'm just assuming. Okay, so then per second 8,000 samples, per minute, per half an hour, you can imagine lots and lots of samples will be there. So your input quantity x of n is going to be very, very large, but your filter, whatever you use, comes with a very small order. You have seen, right? Filters come with a very small order. You have solved problems in DSP, second order filter, third order filter, fifth order filter, or maybe you have done it in your, there were two types of filters. Remember, one was IR filter, another was FR filter. Remember, there was IIR and then there was FR filter. So just let me ask you, what were the orders of IR filter? What were the orders of IR filter? Should I turn on this mic thing? You want to? I have allowed you to unmute. Okay, you can always use your mic and you can speak also. Okay. So let me ask you. Let us go back to filtering. So bottom line, convolution is what filtering is about. Okay, it can be convolution or they can also tell correlation. Both of them are the tools used for filtering. Okay, so let me ask you, what is this one filtering? What does it mean, by the way? And what is FIR filter and what is IR filter? So can somebody tell me what is the difference between FIR filter and IR filter? Anybody? Anybody? I have I have removed. You can always unmute and you can tell. Okay, I have given you the permission to unmute. So can somebody tell me what are the differences between an IR filter and FIR filter, and where we used IR filter and when we used FIR filter? Can somebody tell me what are the differences between IR and FIR filter? Okay. Less number of order. Yes, yes, yes. IR filters had very, very less number of order. Okay. So as I told you, input image, input sequences will be very, very large, but filters, they come with a very small length. Okay. IR filters we have seen order 2, 3, 5, 7 is the maximum, I think. 7, 9 or 10 for some examples. Okay. That would be sufficient to get a decent filter. Okay. Then what about FIR filter? Do you remember some of those problems in FIR filter? I'm not talking about those problems with rectangular window, but those with Hanning window where some specifications were given. Do you remember those problems where filter orders would go something like 41, 57, right? FIR filters were of large order. Now, can you tell me, okay, IR filter, lesser order, FIR filter, larger order for the same specifications. Okay. So which one do you felt was better, IR filter or FIR filter? Which one did you feel was better, IR filter or FIR filter? Which one did you feel was better? You can type or you can tell it to me directly, whichever is fine. Which one did you feel was better, an IR filter or FIR filter? FIR was better. Why FIR was better, by the way? It took, let me tell you, at least 20 times more order for the same specification, if I remember, right? But still, we studied FIR filter to certain extent, right? Why was it so? Why FIR? Somebody disagree with, your friend who quoted FIR? Somebody? More order, better filtering. More the order, better filtering. Stability, fine. Okay, more order, better filtering. Stability, fine. But here, let me tell you one thing. So we are not talking about communication channel. When you are trying to process things on my computer, okay, and I having a camera, okay, I have taken a snap on a mobile and I have it on my phone. So when I do that, then hopefully, there is a difference between taking a image on a camera and trying to process in the camera, while that doesn't apply to communication over a wire. Okay, or a larger wire where more noise can come in. Okay, so here we are not much more concerned about the noise unless the camera has some issues. Otherwise, capturing will be cool and there is not much of a concern of stability. Okay, there is not much of concern of stability. That is the first thing. Okay, so that takes out some advantage of FIR filter, at least in image processing for whatever the situation we are in. Second one is more order, better filtering is fine, but when I tell that same for same specification you can get away with a better lesser order, then I think IR is better, right? I'm telling that for the same specifications, IR can do with lesser order, right? Agree? Agree? For same specifications, lesser order will do for IR filters. Okay. And as far as stability, I once again explained, it is not the question of, because you are not talking about something you are receiving over the distance. No, nothing like that. Everything will be there in the camera itself. You have the image for yourself. Once you receive it, then you are filtering. Okay. There is no element of surprise involved in images at least. Okay. So why we went for FIR then? One was stability, one was stability. Okay. So order doesn't count because IR could perform better for same specification with lesser order. Any other thing which forced us to study FIR filters? Any other thing? Why FIR? Any other thing? The important thing about FIR filters. You remember? Somebody? Linear response. Yes, FIR filters were preferred for linear response. We all know the linear response translated into what? Linear response translated into the delay, right? Y of n is equal to x of n minus alpha, right? Y of n equal to x of n minus alpha. The delay in the time domain was e to the power minus j alpha in the frequency domain. But here when we are talking about, images, when we are talking about images, there is no chance of delay. All the pixels will come together. You have to accumulate them at a place. Delay is a concern for speech. Delay is a concern for audio over live wire. But when you are talking about images, there is no issue with delay. You do not mind things coming early or late because they all need to be accumulated in a space and then they need to be displayed on the screen. So the whole thing, the order thing is gone because it performs for lesser order IIR. Second thing is linear response is not required for at least image processing. Okay, it is a requirement for speech and audio, but not for image. So that leaves us with, so we will be going for IIR filters here. Okay, so we will be going for IIR filter. So the spatial filter, whatever we speak here, will be preferably IIR filters. Okay. Stability is not a concern. Order is a better order you are getting, and linear phase response is also not a concern. Okay. So IR filters. So what sort of IR filters? So how did we do filtering? We studied two things, right? Remember, we studied two things. We studied convolution, and you remember that lab experiment correlation. There was something called as correlation. There were two things that we did. There was convolution and there was correlation. You remember what is the similarity, what is the difference between them? What is the similarity and what is the difference? Here is an expression you can see. Here is an expression. This is a two-dimensional thing. Okay, now we are talking about pixels. Earlier there was x of n minus k and x of n plus k would be there. Now we have values on the top, values on the bottom, values on diagonal sides also. That is why now everything, instead of one summation, now we get two summations, one here, one here. Okay. So it can be something like this also, who knows? So 3 values on x-axis, 4 values on y-axis. You never know. Okay. So sum A and sum B, two-dimensional. So x of n, now f of x and f of y. Something on the left, something on the right. Now something on top, bottom, and on the diagonal sides also there. Okay. So there were two things, if at all you remember. There were two things, if at all you remember. There was something called as convolution and there was something called as correlation. Okay. Something called as convolution and something called as correlation. So usually for communication engineers, it's the correlation, okay, rather than convolution, because correlation, it's in the name. Okay, correlation perform better in some situation where you are trying to trying to find out whether new packets have arrived or not. Okay, with their pilots. Okay, you try to correlate. The process is convolution, right? But they want to use the correlation function most of the times, or the hardware for correlation. So that's why people are interested to use the same hardware for both, maybe convolution or correlation. That is where you can see lots of stress is given here on correlation. But we all know, I think, the difference between convolution and correlation. You always told it, right? You take the first sequence, then you do the convolution with the second sequence, or you take the first sequence, flip the second sequence, then you do the convolution, and it will give you the same result as that of correlation. Remember. So when we say convolution or correlation, we are talking actually about filtering. And what is the difference, by the way? So if at all you take your image, and then here is your sequence, and then afterwards, and you perform the correlation, then afterward take the same sequence, flip the sequence, and then you perform the convolution, flip the sequence, and then you perform the same thing, then you will end up getting both of them results will be similar. Both of them will give you similar results, but you should be careful which function you are using depending on the situation. So you can use convolution also, or you can use correlation also. Okay. One more thing I wanted to say is, whenever you want to do the convolution or correlation, what is the expression for convolution? X of k h of n minus k. For correlation, x of k h of k minus n. Okay. Convolution expression x of k h of n minus k. Correlation, some difference, right? Some difference. That is why that flip things come in. So here a nice expression has been, example has been given by the author. What is the difference between convolution and correlation? We will use it somehow. We will use it somehow. Okay. So that's what author has here given. So what is the similarity and what is the difference? One more interesting thing you can see is the value x of k h of n minus k. What if the values are not present at all? Okay, x of k h of n minus k. When you take the first sequence h of n minus k and x of k, say my sequence starts from here. Suppose any values are referred on the left side. If the values are not there, then it's going to be an awkward situation here. That is why it's always advisable to stuff in with certain zeros on either sides. You can see zero padding plays a very important role to avoid any unused values taken into some junk values, taken into consideration. Okay, we'll keep this in mind. We'll keep this zero padding in mind. Zero padding is for those values, as a consequence of the expression x of k h of n minus k, where h of n minus k is present but x of k is not defined. It's awkward. That's why let there be some values. Let there be some values. Okay, so when you do this function in MATLAB, actually MATLAB assumes them to be zero, and it does it when you do for filtering. But when it assumes them as zero, but when it is displayed on the screen, it's going to be awkward. We'll see the impact. We'll see the impact. Now let us apply the same thing to the images, how it is going to work. Actually, now author has taken a nice example here. Say there is a catch here. So what is it, by the way? Let us understand what is meant by. Now suppose I happen to have an impulse response h of n as, say, something like what 1 2 3 4. Suppose my impulse response is 1 2 3 4. Say if at all I have my x of n as, suppose I happen to have my x of n as, say 0 0 1 0 0 0. Say this is my x of n. Then if at all I do the convolution, so what's going to happen? My 1 here is going to replaced by 1 2 3 4, right? This is an impulse response. Here is an impulse. So this one will be replaced. Then I get one more one here. Then this 1 2 3 4 plus 1 2 3 4 are going to get added. Got the thing? Got the thing. So say here I have my mask. So just as the way I have my h of n, the impulse response, what we call, for images we call them like masks. Okay, the coefficients which you have decided, which are going to be used for filtering, they are called as masks. Okay, remember. Okay, so if the class ends, by the way, let me tell you, if the class ends suddenly, I'm going to once again reschedule and I will call you guys now itself. Okay. Okay, so you start with the mask. Say there is a 1. So what does the mask do? So wherever there is a 1, it's going to be replaced by that particular image. Okay, so it starts from here. So as I told you, if at all this entire set of 3 cross 3, if it should be convoluted with the first 0 here, say there is a 0, right? Say this image, with this image started. Okay, say there is a 0 here in this particular corner. Then maybe if at all you want to multiply, or maybe when you approach to this last 0, when you move towards diagonally, you get this 9. But by the time you want to multiply with 1, remaining all these operators, they do not have the corresponding f of x comma y operators for them for filtering. That is why it is always advisable that you fill them up. See, this is the original image. This is the original image. Then you have stuffed them with zeros. How many zeros you have stuffed them with? So if it was a 3 cross 3 image, if it all three, it was a 3 cross 3 image, you have stuffed 3 minus 1, 2 pixels on all the sides to avoid such situation. And now you start with convolution. Now we start with convolution. So here author has nicely given the result. If at all you start with convolution with the mask as it is, you end up getting a flipped result. You end up getting a flipped result where you can see, since this has moved, 1 is on this particular corner, 9 is here. Okay, 9 is here. Okay, fine, fine. Also, what you have to do is you have to rotate the mask. Okay, as I told you, you want to get the result of convolution from correlation, flip and rotate the mask. Then you go ahead and then you get your impulse response. Wherever there is an impulse, wherever there is a 1, you get your actual value. Okay, so you can manage with correlation, or with the same correlation thing you can get the result of convolution also. Once you are done with the thing, you have to remove all the excess values on other sides. Okay, the cropped values, the cropped zeros, whatever the stuffed in padded zeros, they shall be removed and the things will be fine. Okay. Got the thing? So that's about so what is the thing? First thing first, spatial filtering means nothing but it can be either convolution or correlation. That is the first clarification. The second clarification is you don't need IR filters. You need IR filters only. You are not interested in FR filters because this is image. You are not bothered about stability. You are not bothered about linear phase also. Phase is only the delay, and delays are a problem only for speech. It's not an issue for images. Okay. So and higher order, lesser order in IR filters. So those three reasons I think are sufficient for us not to get into FIR filters anymore. Okay. And what is the other thing? The other thing is now it is not x of k, h of n minus k. Now we have x comma y. Okay. Now you have x comma y. You have two dimensions. That is why you are, instead of one summation you are getting two summations. Okay, instead of one summations you are getting two summations like this here. Okay, okay, yeah, there you have two summations here, and the values horizontal and 3 cross 3, 3 cross 4, and so and so. And what is that thing, by the way? It's not impulse response, it's called as the mask. Okay, it's called as the mask. Okay, represented by a W. Okay. Got this thing? So what we'll do today, some time is remaining, okay, yeah, there we have spatial convolution and correlation, x of k, h of n minus k, and this is n plus k. What the difference? The plus and the minus thing is what that justifies the difference between convolution and correlation. But author also wants to tell that if at all you have a mask that is symmetric. What is a symmetric mask? Symmetric mask, let me draw you. Symmetric mask is something like this, say 4 and all ones, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so this mask here, author wants to call this mask as symmetric. You rotate it however you want, center value, and then all the remaining values are, center value will be 4 only, remaining values will be 1 only. Doesn't make any difference. Okay, doesn't make any difference. So if at all you have mask that is symmetric, then it doesn't matter. For symmetric mask, convolution and correlation will be same, and you will find out also that. Okay, then yeah, there was the fourth point is the padding. Why do we need padding? Okay, that also is very important, because see, this is MATLAB, and whenever you are pointing to certain values, the values, they better be there. Okay, if the values are not there, you cannot use the convolution or correlation function. Image filtering function you can use. I will show you that. Okay. Got this particular thing? Got the difference? I hope you got the similarity also. Difference is also clear, I think. Similarity is also clear. Okay. Now, shall we go to the types of filters what we have? Okay. Yeah, vector representation, fine. Okay. So here you have to somehow represent things also, right? You have somehow represent things also. So the naming, yeah, fine. We understand. Okay. Okay. So what sort of filters do we have? Filters can be uniform filters. Okay. Averaging filters are common, something like this. They have all the values in the mask common. The sizes can be 3 cross 3, 5 cross 5, 7 cross 7, so and all. Why 3 cross 3? Why not 4 cross 4? Because the midpoint is important, right? A 4 cross 4 image does not have a pixel in the center. 3 cross 3 will have, 5 cross 5 will have, 7 cross 7, 9 cross 9 is fine. Okay, because it comes with a center pixel. Okay, this is an averaging one. Averaging ones are the simplest one of the filters. Okay, averaging ones, you add all those numbers, you can see they sum up to be unity. Okay, 1 by 9 summed or 9, you will end up getting 1. Okay, and then there is one more types of spatial mask can be simple averaging ones. In all the masks for that matter, in all the masks for that matter, the total number never exceeds 1. Okay, number never exceeds 1. On one side we have averaging mass. Okay, something like this, all the intensities common, and on other side you have something like these what is this? Gaussian is an example where it comes with an expression, and you can see here, see there is a 4, then these values. You can see there are so many different values in the pixel. It is symmetric, by the way. Okay, it's a symmetric one, but then it is not a like an average filter. Okay, 2 values. Now in the coming classes we will also discuss what is the advantage of a normal averaging filter, what is the advantage of Gaussian. Other than Gaussian, what is the other type of thing? Butterworth, right? We had the Butterworth filter prototype also. So now what we will do, let us go to MATLAB now. Let us go to MATLAB now, and we will see the filtering action. What sort of filtering action? So filters can be of different types. Averaging filters, you understand. Averaging filters are usually low pass filters. Okay, high pass filters are the one which will have subtractions usually. Not actually, not actually. We'll see. We'll see. So filtering can be smoothing spatial filters. Okay, smoothing in the sense something like this. You can see over the time they give you a blurring effect. Okay, even though they looks like blurring, sometimes images that are having too many edges, it's good to have that blurring effect. Now, how to use this blurring effect? Do not jump into conclusions. We will see how we can use this blurring effect to our advantage. Okay, so filters can be smoothing filters, filters can be sharpening filters also. Okay, see here, filters can be smoothing filters, filters can be sharpening filters. Okay, now once again, don't jump into conclusion that low pass filter is a smoothing one and a high pass filter is sharpening one. No. Okay, it's based on exclusively image processing application. Then there is something called as non-linear filters, something called as non-linear filtering. Each of the filters very interesting, they have their own advantages. Now I'll end this thing. I will send you the meeting ID quickly. We'll have another 5 minutes. Okay, I'll stop this and I will start the meet once again. Be there.